You Tried It videos back again to give you an update on Nick Gordon. As you all know, Nick Gordon gave an interview with Dr. Phil on last year in March. During that particular interview, it actually turned into an intervention because Nick Gordon was completely wasted. He said that he was taking Xanax and drinking and trying to cope with the loss. Well, the accident. It wasn't yet a loss yet of Bobby Christina, and his mom was there on the show with them. She stated to Dr. Phil to please help her son because it was just a matter of time that she felt like her son was going to self-destruct or kill himself because of the pain that he was in because of what happened to Bobby Christina. His mom also was the one that dropped the bomb about him stating that he had tried to give CPR to Whitney, and he called her frantically stating that he lost her and he couldn't get her to come around. So again, like I said, that's weird because no one identified Nick as to be anywhere near the scene when this happened to Whitney Houston and when her body was discovered. On this week's show here in April of 2016, he stated again that he had given CPR to Whitney, but he only did the chest compressions. He did not do the mouth to mouth because her lips were blue. So again, like I said, guys, for him to keep saying that, it's just something weird about that whole thing. I don't understand how he can say that he was there, but nobody saw him there. And if people were standing around when her body was taken out of the bathtub, someone would have to have seen him. Someone would have to have seen him. So I just don't understand where that's coming from. But anyway, on to Barbie Christina. He did talk about the night in question, the day that he went out. He said that he and Chrissy were on the phone and she heard females in the background and got upset and told him that he needed to come home. So when he got there, of course, they did have an argument, he said, but they were able to resolve the argument. And he said he left Chrissy upstairs and she started doing her own thing, and he went downstairs to play a video game. And he stated that Max yelled for him to come upstairs quick, to help him. Something was going on with Chrissy. And that's when, he saw her in there, and Max stated that he said, clean up, clean up. And that's how that process got done. He did not answer the question as far as why he changed clothes. He did answer the question about lying in the bed next to one of their friends, and stating the fact that now he can move on to a little white girl. He'd like to have a little white girl or something to that nature. But he said that he did not make the statement as far as the white girl, but he did lie in the bed. So I don't know, y'all. This is BS, BS, BS to me. Then on to him questioning her about him, Dr. Phil questioning him about other things that were going on in the house and about her drug use. And he did state that Chrissy was on drugs and that her drug habit got worse after her mom passed, and that in no way did Whitney condone her doing drugs, but she was doing them socially, not in the house with Whitney or anywhere around her, but she was engaging in it socially with her friends or at parties and different things like that, and that he also was doing drugs with her. And he also stated that he had made some mistakes as far as the guns and the threats and everything that he had made to Pat Houston, and that he was glad that Pat got the restraining order on him because it was like a reality check to him and he shouldn't have went that far. And yeah, it was just weird all the way around. He dodged a lot of the main questions, which were I wanted to know about the cable guy. He never mentioned the cable guy. Originally, it was stated that a guy came to do cable in the bedroom, and that's how they got upstairs, and that's how her body was found. So I don't know. Nobody mentioned the cable guy to him. He didn't mention the cable guy. He just said he was downstairs, and Nick called him. And then Max called him upstairs. So go figure on that one as well. So guys, just let me know what you think. I feel like Nick is full of BS. I feel like he's well rehearsed. He's had time to get himself together. He's had time to drill his own self with questions and come up with answers that he feel like people will believe. and that he could do without stuttering or without trying to cast a shadow of a doubt or anything like that. So I think that Nick, again, is up to his old shenanigans. As far as the banking, that stuff that was on that lawsuit, that he said his lawyer said was just unmerited. If he took money out of her account on the day that she was in the hospital, not coherent, then the bank can file charges on him for wire fraud because he did a transfer electronically, and also embezzlement, and that would be a felony with that amount of money. So I'm not sure if the family has to contact the bank and let them know that it was unauthorized, and the bank would in turn refund the account, but then they would go after him and press charges against him for the embezzlement and the wire fraud. However, he just skipped over that like it wasn't anything, nothing to it, which I thought, again, is strange. And it's strange to me that the family has not sought other means to get that money returned to that account. So, I don't know, guys. The next thing I think that he said was when he was in tears and he was just, when they asked him, did he kill Chrissy? And he said no. And he denied ever hitting her or knocking her teeth out or dragging her upstairs by her hair. I mean, just denied, denied, denied. He had an answer for just about everything other than the taking of the money. He did not address that. And he did not address changing clothes. He did not address the cable guy. This is just BS, y'all. It's just BS. I feel like that there's a dead fish on the line somewhere. I know that, like he was saying, he didn't give a toxic shot to her because there was no needle mark or traces of him. But it was 6 months later when they did the autopsy. Who has a needle mark after that length of time? And any marks that she would have had that weren't documented when she went through the ER could basically be considered marks where the hospital had to draw blood or they had to try to start an IV, or anything over that 6 month span could be questioned and thrown out because of the time frame. However, the information needed that is very crucial in my opinion is her intake when she very first was taken to the emergency room department. That's the information that would nail the case shut. And I don't know why the prosecution and everything are being so, I wouldn't say negligent. It's not really the word, but why they wouldn't push forward with the information that they got from the hospital. Well, this video has to end, guys. I will do a part 2 later. Thanks.